certainly trying to get hold of her again. We are going to stay with the issue of SASSA payments. But for now, the residents in Gauteng continue to defy the lockdown protocols despite several arrests made since day one of the 21 days curfew. But many say they can't entirely adhere to the rules of the lockdown due to socio-economic factors such as congestion in their areas. Such places such as Alexandra Informal Settlement north of Johannesburg. Our reporter Maageketla Mohlabi is there. Let's cross live to him now. A very good afternoon to you, Maageketla. I was just speaking to Crisalda Lewis, and I know that you're one of the senior reporters that have been crisscrossing Johannesburg. You've particularly been stationed in Alex, and you've really seen the sort of reality of those in our society who are less affluent and how they're having to deal with this lockdown and, you know, the spread of the coronavirus. Perhaps you can give us more of a picture now as we're in day 3, what you're observing, what is different today. I know the first day people were sort of carrying on with their lives. I remember from one of your reports. What is different? Are you seeing changes? What is happening in Alexandra?
A very good afternoon to you, Flo. Let me just give you a picture. Coming into the township of Alexandra, you get to see children, more especially, playing in the roads. In fact, we had to maneuver our way coming into Alexandra because children are out there in the streets playing, and of course there are bricks all over some of Alexandra roads. But again, even the elderly people walking around the streets, some of them, of course, those that of course did not really want to speak on camera, saying that we know the story of Alexandra is congested. People are building on the pavements. The mushrooming of chefs continues unabated. And where I am now, this is Maageketla Informal Settlement, part of Alexandra. This is how many of these shacks or even houses have been built. I cannot even stretch my hand in full swing. The camera person behind this camera there, Kabi, struggled to go back so that he can show the full stretch of this passage here. But of course, I just want to show you how things are at this stage in Alexandra. When people get up in the morning, they then decide to go outside, sit outside. And when you speak to them, of course, they are saying that this is simply because we share a shack with a lot of siblings under the same roof. And this makes it difficult to actually follow the lockdown protocols. But again, perhaps let me just make a U-turn and show you one of the things that they're experiencing here. Then there's this tap here, which caters for almost 500 people in Alexandra. They will then have to come and share this particular tap and congregate here, social distancing again under the spotlight in Alexandra. And this is the story of Alexandra here. So now you then have people walking around the streets and of course minding their own business. And when you ask them what exactly is going on, because you have got these protocols that have been put in place since the lockdown, and they are actually citing the reasons of the issues of congestion in Alexandra Flo. But again, they see you wearing a mask like this. And of course, they ask you, can you at least give us some of the masks? They are aware of the dangers of this disease, of course. But as a reporter, you probably have nothing. I mean, you really cannot help but try to make them understand that there are protocols. We understand that there's the issue of the lack of basic service delivery here in Alexandra. But can you at least sit in your houses? But these are some of the reasons that they're giving us. But again, just in your picture there, these are some of the total shutdown people that are trying to push the people back in their homes. But at some point, of course, you tend to experience defiance by the residents. And let me just bring one of the spokespeople for Total Shutdown. Tandiwe, just in a moment, just tell us, I mean, you've been up in the morning trying to let the people understand the danger of this virus. Has there been any sort of cooperation from them?
Okay, we are really having difficulties with these people from Extradler. We've been trying to ask them to go back home, to go back in their houses. Some of them, they are cooperating, but most of them, they are not cooperating. As you can see, there's a child here. We've been telling all the kids to go back because of this thing. It's a serious matter. So, on a serious note, it doesn't need only the three of us, but I think the soldiers and police and JMPDs must come and intervene, because it's not enough. Because, truly speaking, as you can see, some of them, they're living in a shack, and the shacks are hot now. They have to go outside. And if we have the police coming here, it will make things better. You know, because people are not taking us seriously. I don't know why. But there's a need for this place. There's a really need for this place, because, truly speaking, we don't know what to do from here.
Thanks so much, Tandiwe Mtobeni, one of the Alex Total Shutdown, explaining that they are trying to actually intervene. Yes, police have been here since day one, Flo, but we saw several arrests made, as you read in that intro. But it's quite difficult to really control the crowds that we have seen in the streets of Alexandra. And as I mentioned, it's really difficult for them, they say, to stay in their houses during this period of the lockdown.
These are children who don't have gardens. They don't have the benefit of being able to go to the backyard and play there. I wonder, and you've been covering a lot of stories in Alexandra over a long period. Is this the would you say this is the main time where government has really been exposed in terms of what little has been done in Alexandra? I mean, the people of Alexandra have complained over and over. We've seen where there have been floods, where children have drowned due to the floods. Would you say that at this point this is highlighted the most, how little has been done for an area like Alexandra, and that ironically it is being exposed by this virus?
Yeah, absolutely, Flo. I would categorically say yes, absolutely right. I mean, we have seen more concerns in areas like this in Alexandra coming out from the residents of Alexandra, saying that it appears as if government has ignored us. This is a corner that's been neglected for years now, Flo. And of course, they are saying that we only see government officials coming in our area when it's election time. And of course, we saw that even before the May 8th election last year. They have been doing their campaigns throughout the township. But again, why not now, or even the time before elections come through, to actually listen to them and make sure that service delivery is actually done in this area. But again, Flo, let me just mention that many of the people that are here in Alexandra work in Sandton. It's within walking distance from here. And we know that Sandton is among the hot spots when it comes to the issue of coronavirus. We had that alongside Bedford View, of course, in the bracket. The people here, of course, we haven't necessarily had any case of coronavirus in Alexandra, but the fear is that that cannot be ruled out anytime soon, because these people here walk there to actually report for their duties. And again, many of them go there looking for employment. So the issue of coronavirus really is quite serious in informal settlements like this. And of course, Alexandra should be a case study in the country. And as far as probable negligence by government officials is concerned, because there have been concerns coming out through the protest, total shutdown. There have been protests coming out before elections, but almost nothing has been done.
All right, Maageketla, thank you so very much. Reporting for us live in Alexandra Settlement there, and of course highlighting really what this lockdown means for those of the vulnerable in our society. And as you can see, children unaware of what's going on and carrying on with their usual play as they usually would. And of course, as was said by one of the workers there, the fact is that some of these people at the end of the day can't be sitting all day in their houses because they're living in shacks. The shacks are extremely hot and there's so many of them in one unit. So, you know, these are some of the realities that we're bringing you here on SABC News. But we continue to crisscross South Africa, and with day 3